So a couple of things I wanted to mention. This is where my spare is actually going to stay, and it's going to help support, believe it or not, my framing in the back. Now it's kind of in there just a little bit crooked right now. This thing is just filled with miscellaneous, like on the road emergency stuff that you might need. But I'm going to build a frame on this back side too, and this frame I want it to have a piece of, so I can fold it up. So I want it to have a joint right here, so this piece folds over, and I want it to have a joint so this whole thing can fold over onto the front too, in case if I get a flat. I would like to stick my solar generator in there, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to fit, so it's probably going to be over on this side. And the solar generator is a Pecron E2000, and it's going to charge off of this port, which would be really cool, but it's also going to charge with a solar panel at the same time, so it won't rely on one or the other. Again, I'm not really well versed when it comes to solar generators. I'm still learning a lot, but I do know electronics fairly well. So, confident with that. What else did I want to say? You guys can see my my refrigerator up front. Plugged it in, works great. It's a great little Alpicool. I don't plan on having that much when I go on the road, just because I don't plan on cooking anything that you have to keep frozen all the time. So other than some simple chicken, maybe a couple of cold drinks, I'm not really that worried about it. In another video you saw, I removed everything from my spare jack and everything from the side here, and it's going to stay here. I like having it here just in case you need quick access to it. You don't have to worry about prying it out of there, which is kind of a headache. Let me show you guys the reason why I made this video. You can see my swing away hitch. This is another subject. I'll get to that in another video as soon as I find my toolbox that my luggage carrier is going to fit on. Just close the side door. So everybody asks me, what size did you use when it came to plywood? And I got a 48-inch sheet of plywood. Make sure if you're at Lowe's, you look through all the plywood, because they get some that are just some doozies. And this is 1/2 inch. I figured 1/2 inch was good enough. I pulled out the rails because I'm 6'4" tall, so I want as much head space as I can get in my vehicle. So that's why I pulled out the rails along with the trolleys and everything, because I'm never going to put those seats back in. You can see the seats are right there along with my center console. But my other back seat is actually in storage, my 60-40 split, my 60% that's all the way in the back. And as you can see, I traced this out. I'll have to do some sanding, and then I'm going to stain it with like an outdoor deck material. You want something that's fairly ruggedized. And all this stuff I'm going to use to build the shelf, as you can see. So, along with my 3 pieces of spare plywood in the back there. So it's nothing special. I think I picked this up. When you're at Lowe's, a lot of times you find stuff with a little bit of marring. Ask them to take a couple bucks off, like 20% or something like that. If it's got some marring, usually they're pretty awesome about like, oh yeah, hey, here, take off some more money. I recommend the Home Depot, just a little bit better. I'm not bashing Lowe's or anything like that, but people at Home Depot seem to be just a little bit more knowledgeable when it comes to home improvement stuff or DIY projects. But that's just my personal preference. So, yeah, it's going to get stained here soon and cut. So, all you really need for this project, other than some simple tracing materials, like a pair of scissors and a pencil, get yourself a nice jigsaw, and get yourself a sander. Make sure these edges here need to be smoothed out. As you can see, when the guy cut it, he literally cut, but then he went through it, because they'll do custom cuts for you at Lowe's. He ended up ripping the bottom, and it led to all these burrs. Instead of going through it slowly, he pushed it and it went real fast, and that's how you get those burrs and stuff. So make sure you got gloves, be careful of slivers and all that jazz. But yeah, this is it. And if you guys look at wood, I'm no carpenter. I'm a welder by trade. I do rough cut stuff. I grew up on a wood miser and a farm. So I've done rough cutting down trees, but any kind of fine, detailed work, I'm not extremely skilled at. So you're gonna have to bear with me. But if I can do it, that means you guys can do it too. So I got a bunch of this. This stuff right here is 1 inch by 2 inch and 2 inch by 2 inch. I think that was like $10 total for these 4 pieces. And each one of these sheets was, I think, like $20, $25. This right here is all pallet wood. If you want to get into repurposing it, that's cool too. You have to sand it down. Make sure it's not treated. You don't want that stuff inside your... That's made for outside decking material or outside if it's treated. So I see a couple pieces here might be treated. So just be cognizant of that. You don't need treated or anything like that. But yeah, you definitely want to stain this. And yeah, so thanks for watching.